Hi, Casey here, and I'm here to share with you that there is another side of the story that you tell yourself, of the story that people around you tell you is true. Well, guess what? It's only true if you believe what they're telling you or what you're telling yourself is true. And this can make us feel really stuck. It can keep us sick or even make us sick if we believe that this truth is actually true. But that is not always the case, and you can get yourself unstuck, feel better, and tell yourself a whole new story. And this story is your truth. And I am here to tell you I am living that truth because I believed that the story that everyone else was telling me and the stories that I was telling myself were the be all end all. And it was making me miserable, it was keeping me sick, and most of all, I was incredibly unhappy. So, if you are dealing with chronic pain or a disease or even just something ruminating in your head, mental health, all of these things are not the only way, right? I have had shingles and I went to the doctor because I wasn't sure exactly what it was up in my head and neck, and they told me, yes, it's shingles. I'm going to write you a prescription for the medication. I said, I'm not too sure I want to take the medication. They said, well, if you don't take the medication, you're going to lose your eyesight. This is what they told me, right? Nerve damage, it could possibly get into my eye and cause me to lose my eyesight. And this would scare most people. It even got me a little bit. I was like, oh, do I? But I said, no. That could happen, but that's not actually what's going to happen because I know that this isn't going to happen if I don't take this medication. I'm going to go to acupuncture and I'm going to take my supplements and I'm going to be just fine. And I truly believed I did not need that medication. And guess what? 3 days later, 3 days, I could finally sleep on the left side of my head again. And anyone who has had shingles knows how incredibly painful it is. But I believed and took action in a more holistic way, and I did fine. Sometimes the medication works, sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it leaves you with more gut issues because you're taking these things. And guess what? I had none of that. It was amazing because I truly believed and took action in my way that felt right for me. I've had knee injuries and I had basically like a bursitis of the knee. So my knee was all swollen and the doctor said, oh, we're just going to drain it. They would drain it and in less than 24 hours, the swelling and pain would come back. And they did that multiple times. And they said, oh, okay, well, it's not working. Cortisone shots, the whole bit. You need surgery. That's the only way your knee's ever going to get better. You should probably take it easy and not dance and work out. I'm like, okay, the two most healthy things that I could do for myself is move my body, and you're telling me not to, and to get surgery, which is going to cause me to need, 6 weeks of not doing anything and rehab and all this stuff. That does just not sound right. And I said, no, that's not what's wrong with my knee. Right? They even took x-rays and couldn't find anything, but they still said, oh, you need surgery. No. I found a healer who looked at my knee and did some manual work and was like, you're going to be fine. And I was a little nervous because at this point it had been about 6 months and I couldn't figure out what was going on with my knee. And he assured me that if I continue to do the muscular work and keep moving, keep walking, keep swimming, keep training, right, I was going to be fine. And sure enough, my knee is better than ever because I, again, truly believed that there was another way than the story that the doctors were telling me, your knee's never going to get better unless you have surgery. Wrong. Again, when you believe there's another story and another answer, there absolutely is. I have had so many brain injuries. I have lupus in my brain, right? And the doctor said, there's no cure. Oh, stop dancing if you get dizzy. Here's some medications again, right? There's no way to reverse this brain damage that you have. Again, I could be very afraid of this information, but I'm not. This just tells me, great, I am going to frame my daily practices around brain health, around anti-inflammatory foods, working on getting my neurons firing through exercise and all these different things. And this has been going on for many, many years. And I assure you, I feel, again, better than I have in a very long time. I can close my eyes and not fall over now. I don't run into the wall as often. These are huge things. Anyone who has ever suffered any brain injuries or whiplash of the neck, all these different things, you know that it's not the easiest to go about your daily life or have the energy to make it through an entire day. And I'm so very passionate about the work that I do because it encompasses all of these different ideals, these ways to help ourselves if we're in chronic pain, if we have a disease that people say, oh, you must take medication for. And I'm not saying that Western medicine is all bad. I think it has a time and a place, but is not the only story. So if you're willing to change the story that you're telling yourself, that other people are telling you are true for you, you are going to find freedom, happiness, and health right on the other side of that. And it may feel like you're losing friends, or that everyone is having a misperception of you, or that you no longer feel the same way you used to. That's okay. Change is good. And I trust you. I tell you, there are plenty of people who are going to support you in this new way, and you are going to find that you've got a whole new community of people that are going to continually support you on this path, because they are probably on the same path as well. So if any of this resonates for you, please reach out. I would love to help you create a plan to work with any chronic pains, dis-ease, or mental stories you're telling yourself that are clearly no longer serving you, and you would like to change all of that. And if I can't help you, I've got a network of people around the world that I could refer you to or put you on the right path to your healing.